Let's dive into the giants.
Giants are fun, and where do you want to start? The beginning?
Yeah.
Giants are in every culture's history. Every culture has giants. Whenever I see that, a lot of what I do is just pattern recognition. Like, I wasn't even really a flood myth guy until I started doing my show, and it's like, this flood story keeps showing up over and over no matter what I'm talking about. The flood myth shows up, and it's always showing up at the same time as, like, the end of the Younger Dryas. Like, these things, it's just the same pattern over and over. Maybe it's a coincidence, but if one culture has a story about a flood, then they have a story. If two cultures have it, it could be a coincidence. But if you get 40 or 300, then maybe there's something to it. Maybe it really happened. As for giants is tricky because we don't have any hard evidence, but we have a lot of circumstantial evidence where the most recent would probably be late 19th century or early 20th, where you just have these discoveries all over America, over 1,000 of them. There's over 1,000 reports in newspapers of these findings. But the mainstream narrative is it was giants were cool at the time, it was hoaxes, and it was just to make money. There's one giant story that's interesting because it overlaps several cultures. They have these Indian myths about these giants they're cannibals, so they're eating the people, and they get driven west by the tribes. They unite and drive them west into like Nevada and California at what's known as Lovelock Cave. An archaeologist goes in there and finds sandals that are like size 29 and these giant clothes. Like, I'm not making this part up. You can go see this. Like, why is there a sandal that's this size that are all found in the cave? And bones and red hair. Every culture has giants. And the Bible, of course. Epic of Gilgamesh. So giants show up all through our culture. The story is always the same. Is this guy's he's digging, he's like desecrating a Native American burial mound. Finds these giant bones, calls the Smithsonian. They come over, they investigate, they take the bones, they go back, and then it disappears. Like, that happens over and over through these stories. Is the Smithsonian conspiracies always involved?
So are you saying the Smithsonian hides evidence of giants?
I'm saying that the conspiracy theory is that the Smithsonian hides evidence of a lot of things.
This is my friend Human.
AJ Gentile, the creative force behind the hit YouTube channel The Y-Files, where you dive into mysteries, myths, and conspiracies with millions of subscribers. A talented voice actor, producer, and writer known for your captivating narration and the hilarious commentary from your animated sidekick, the Hecklefish.
Oh my God, Shawn Ryan, you're gonna talk about aliens and giants and how the moon landing was fake?
Got you interested in the moon landing?
That was an episode that people just demanded.
What are you looking at?
I didn't want to do it because everyone's done the moon landing. When you see the astronauts, and it looks like there's wires, but I agree it looks weird. And the way the astronauts fall doesn't look natural.
Hey, if you like this show, you can buy a Hecklefish plushie at the Wi-Fi store.
Also in France, by the way, President Obama signed into law a 4-year extension of the Terrorism-Fighting Patriot Act. The Senate and House passed the extension just before it was due to expire.
They talk about, well, it's just metadata. But metadata is enough, because metadata includes who you're calling, what time, where they are, your location.
Okay, sheesh, what a grouch.
That bill extends the life of roving wiretaps, court-ordered searches of business records, and the surveillance of suspects without known ties to terrorist groups.
So you can be totally tracked, and it helps them create that network, which the Patriot Act allows, where if you're a person of interest, anyone you communicate with is automatically a person of interest, and it just is a geometric progression. They're capturing everything, so it's not just metadata. They were doing poll capture of phone calls, all kinds of stuff. NSA was embedded inside of Google and Yahoo and Microsoft.
Here's what the NSA said when we went to them today. They said, quote, "The assertion that we collect vast quantities of U.S. persons' data from this type of collection is not true. The NSA applies Attorney General approved processes to protect the privacy of U.S. persons."
And that leads into the 9/11 conspiracy, which kind of makes sense, which I don't go into on my show.
Why don't you go into that?
OMG, Shawn Ryan. Wait, OMG, who wrote this? A teenage girl? Here we go. Hey, it's your buddy Hecklefish, and I'm not gonna be on the show, but the human is, and he's, well, he'll do.